What up, y'all? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Mad Action Commentaries. I'm your host, B-Boy Rudy 3 from the legendary Mad Action crew, the regionally famous. See, y'all are internationally famous. We're regionally famous. I'm actually totally okay with that. What's up, y'all? I'm B-Boy Rudy 3. All right, so here we are. This is my redux, my re-recording of the sports commentaries for Red Bull BC1 2020. This is the first in a very long, hopefully never-ending series of B-Boy battles that I cover. A little bit about me, if this is your first time watching. I've been a B-Boy since 1995. I've been watching tape and breaking down tape literally that long. And basically what these videos are is a celebration of everything that I see. I like to kind of dissect what's going on. I like to dissect the battle that you're watching so that if you're new to breakdancing, or even if you've been around for a long time, or you find the sport interesting, the dance sport of breakdancing interesting, and you need it demystified, that's what I'm here to do. I am in no way, very quickly, it's very important to say this, I am in no way trying to step on the toes of any previous commentators that actually commentate at the events themselves. This is just an offering from someone who's done this a really long time. I have a long history in both b-boying and gymnastics, and I love dissecting b-boy tape. I'm a b-boy nerd. So, second episode. This one is going to be Killa Kolya versus Vero from Red Bull BC1 2020. Really interesting battle. My favorite kinds of battles are solos. And this year is very interesting because you take away the crowd, which we talked a little bit about in episode 1. You should check that one out if you haven't already seen it. That's Shigekix versus Kid Karam. Right here. You can find it right over here. But very interesting to have a battle without crowds. Breakdancing is a dance sport that is dependent on crowd interaction. I mean, not dependent, but let me say it's a huge part of it. Similar to the way crowds play a huge part in an NBA game. I would say the NBA is probably the closest to breakdancing in terms of crowd interaction, crowd influence. We are performing in a way, and crowd cheering is one of the ways that our movements, our choreography is validated. This battle is very interesting. You got Killa Kolya from Simple System representing Astana, Kazakhstan. And if I pronounce any of this wrong, let me know in the comments, everybody, okay? I don't have a problem with that. I want to make sure that I'm always pronouncing these guys right. I do my research, but just in case, you can always let me know. So let's talk about Killa Kolya. He obviously went to the finals in 2019. If you've already seen these battles, you know the outcome. I purposely have tried to not watch the outcomes so that I have a fresh perspective when I'm watching these battles for you. But Killa Kolya, very creative. He is very flexible, shades of contortionism, animal style, circus style, which was really popular kind of in the mid-2000s, mid to late 2000s. And he has a lot of shades of that circus animal style that really was popular, especially here in California, particularly down in Southern California. He has shades of that very flexible, creative breakdancer. I really enjoy his style. I really enjoy it. He mostly focuses on footwork and freezes, but he does have some power, which oftentimes he will showcase to show that he can do it, not necessarily only if he really has to. Now, let's talk about B-Boy Vero. He's representing Jinjo crew. He's from Seoul, South Korea. I call him a power stylist. What's really interesting about Vero, he experiments with a lot of classic 90s power moves. I'm talking handspins, crickets, crabs, UFOs. These are also sometimes known as Russians. They're called turtles. They're called floats. There's a lot of different names for these types of moves, but they're basically variations on hand glides, both hands in the middle, body lifted in the air. He has a lot of variations. These are moves that you do not see used a lot in the current era of breakdancing that we live in. Very popular in the 90s when I was coming up, and it's interesting to see a modern b-boy that uses these kinds of moves. He has a unique ability to interweave those movements into footwork. Very difficult to do. Those moves are very tricky. I was actually never the best at those moves. I had a one or two. I really enjoyed crabs, or as some people like to call turtles, crickets, master crickets, which is hopping on one hand. I really enjoyed those movements. But the variations that you see Vero do, I think are fascinating. And the way he's able to integrate that with footwork, this is going to be a really interesting battle. Two very unique styles. I'm really excited. So without further ado, let's get busy. Let's get started. Mad Action Commentaries, Episode 2, Killa Kolya versus Vero. Let's go!
Day one.
All right, here we go. Killa Kolya coming out first. I really like this kid. Creative, interesting little footwork steps. I mean, that's a top rock step, really. Here we go. Nice introductory footwork. Nice little thread there. Flipping right over to an elbow freeze. Little call out. Like that footwork glide. Another thread. Vero not impressed. All right. Where's it? Let's see the finish. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Basic start. Let's see how Vero answers.
First entry, Vero.
Like the footwork, immediately into power. There we go. Yoda's right there. That's those UFO hand glide movements we were talking about. I love that. Little ball through to a freeze. Should have held that a little bit longer. That may impact judge's decision. I love that. Figure four flare. Nice thread. Holding to an air chair. Well done. Another freeze. Sticking freezes is hard. Very hard in b-boying, and probably one of the things that can impact a routine more than anything. It's how we finish our choreography. Not quite. Last two freezes, that side air chair didn't really hold it the way I think he intended. Let's see how Vero capitalizes. Okay. Answers back with his own figure four. Double leg circle into a figure four. Nice. I enjoy that footwork. Fun little side thread. Okay. Or side pattern. Same freeze, different combination. I see Killa Kolya raising his hands. Neither guy really sticking their freeze right there. I kind of feel that's evenly matched right now. Let's see how it ends. I do give Vero the slight edge for round one. Love that freeze. Okay, now a little bit of his own power. Back into footwork. Coin drop movement, another thread. Love that pattern right there. Love that little footwork movement. Okay, finish strong. I enjoy those shoulder combinations. I enjoyed that stack there. Let's see how Vero finishes up. Beautiful hand glide. Love the wrist down. I love that movement there where he switches into a freeze at the end. Switches hands in the crab position. Very difficult to do. So good at these movements.
Yes, and that's it. Don't
Excellent.
three
All right.
rounds by both B-boys. Give it up to Killa Kolya and Vero. Signs going up in 3, 2, 1. Put them up. Vero got 3 voices,
Wow.
2 voices for Killa Kolya. This round goes to Korea.
Wow. All right. So let's talk a little bit about that end there. This battle, I talked about it a couple different times. You know, the basic pattern in breakdancing, right? Top rock, footwork, freeze. Top rock, power move, freeze. That is the core foundational movements that we have in breakdancing. And then what you see at the pro level is just many variations on those three basic tenets. Top rock, footwork, freeze. Top rock, power move, freeze. Now, that's your foundation. That's your basic, right? That's your basic your basic choreography in breakdancing. Our start as a top rock, we end in a freeze. Lots of, literally endless amounts of variation in that. Freeze, though. Freeze is how we accentuate and end our routines. It's oftentimes how we close out a section of choreography, our most popular form. As you saw with Killa Kolya, I think one of the reasons that he didn't quite win, it was really tight. It was really tight. I thought they were tied in that middle round, and I did give a slight edge to Vero, but as you saw, two judges actually believed that Killa Kolya won that battle, and I think it really came down a little bit to personal preference. But really, what you really want to do is you want to stick a freeze for at least, I would say, second and a half, almost 2 seconds. Sounds easy, but as you see, when these guys are moving so fast, when you're moving at that speed, when you're integrating footwork patterns, power moves, all this type of movements, stopping and holding your body and holding it for that long is very difficult. But with the margin of error being so small in solo competition, sometimes that makes the difference. And you saw that both of them in round 2, both of them struggled to hold. They both approach each other with a side air chair freeze, legs straight out. Both of them tried the freeze, had a hard time sticking it, which was a wash. And I felt that I did give Vero the slight edge. I do agree with the judges on that one. Slight edge in that last round. I thought that Killa Kolya was excellent. I love everything that guy does. Incredible footwork. But it felt like he just couldn't quite nail the tricks and the freezes in particular in that third round to really give him the battle. I think had he done that, he would have made a much stronger case to winning that battle. But excellent battle overall. Really well done. I'm excited. If you like what you see, check out every battle. I'm doing all of Red Bull BC1 2020. I'm not saying what battle I'm doing next, but if you're watching this, it's already up. All of this are going to be released around the same exact time. But if you are also a fan, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Also, I do have a Patreon that is up right now with this. If you're in a position to help this channel, I am thoroughly grateful. If not, it is no pressure whatsoever. I do this for the love, for the fun. I do it for you guys. Welcome to the Mad Action Commentaries. I will see you in episode 3. Let's go.